Yeah, let's just try that again, shall we?
This place is great, really comfortable. I'm just gonna get settled in. Time to move on. Get on with my life.
When is near any percent? The original near? Probably never. They're pretty good games, but I've never had the urge to really
like I
try
said,
to speedrun them.
It was a long time ago. Let it go. Seriously. Definitely more my style than Panama, or Hoboken, I guess. No, if I'm honest, I just got kind of bored of boozing. I mean, once in a while, but not all the time.
Now, if you'll excuse me, I will read some Batman comics while the intro is playing.
Right. It wasn't doing me any favors. Maybe I'd
This one is from the year '89.
Excited.
Batman just rescued the current president, Ronald Reagan. No, probably not out loud, unless you really want to.
I think you're right. I think I am gonna like it here. It certainly ain't New Jersey. It's my new life, just like you said. Listen, if you think I can still do a job, what have I got to lose? Apart from the weight. Very funny. Ha ha. Yes, that is a fake laugh, you jerk.
The record for Max Payne 3 any percent is 2 hours 36 minutes 8 seconds, and I have the record at the moment. It should be possible to get the run under 2:30, but it has quite a lot of RNG nowadays. Oh nice. I also have the glitched HUD, as you see from the lower right corner. The yes and no buttons are permanently there, which means I can't see my bullet count.
I don't know what the fuck that was. Let's go.
Things had gone from fine to fucked up in about a second, and now there were two idiots at the wheel.
Clear. Got this floor?
Sure.
Look after yourself, bro. Stay safe.
Yeah, I've been glitching Max Payne 3 for a pretty long time.
Trophy wife or not.
I got the PC version a few months back, and after that I started doing runs. So I guess it's been a few months.
Tranquila. Tranquila. Nós cuidamos disso. Nice work. Hey, you need a hand?
No.
But I'm not a super active runner.
Rodrigo.
I just had 2 weeks break or something.
Thanks.
Somebody's gotta go find him.
Está tudo sob controle agora. Fica tranquilo.
But I'm hoping to get at least that sub 235.
I imagine the elevator doors opening to a firing school.
What have you done with him?
Rodrigo was too rich a prize for them to throw away. Sure, I'd have to work hard to get him back, but I knew the bad guys would want the boss alive. Almost as much as I did. They weren't far ahead. Once I opened the door, I'd actually have to come up with a plan. Another parking lot rattling with gunfire. Was I too late?
What? The car exploded for no reason. How cinematic.
It's gonna be all right, Mr. Blanco.
You're okay. You're okay. Come on, get up. Come on, get up. You're okay. Come with me.
Yeah, I understand the feeling.
It's okay. Back home, it was time for some R&R. The only way I knew how.
I guess the same is true in Max Payne 3 nowadays too. The glitches, especially the future data, is so elaborate and weird that you need to have a lot of specialized knowledge in the game itself to handle it at all turns.
You did good, Max.
It's something you can't learn by just grinding alone.
Hey, what could be better, huh? The good guys are reunited, and the Commando Sombra are dead.
I guess. So who's this guy?
I don't know. Some kind of cop. Different
Also,
branch-
long cutscene warning. I think the next 3 minutes or so are just unskippable cutscenes, so
Let's get this lot home,
A
and
couple
then
of
I'll
days
get you home,
later,
too.
it
Come
was
on.
back to work. Ferrying the boss's broad and his dipshit of a brother out for the night so they could recover from their brush with mortality. Then again, what did I expect? These were the kind of people who went to nightclubs in helicopters. Fabiana had brought her sister along, presumably so she could show off just how rich and empty her life was. And boy, was she about to learn the meaning of rich and empty.
Max! Max! I was speaking to you!
Sorry, what was that?
Oh, I was saying we get into a lot of scrapes, man!
Well, we're still here.
Hey!
Thanks to you, Max. I owe you my life.
Boom! It wasn't just him, huh, baby?
Oh, yes, Marcel. I'm sure you did a lot to save everyone. You were probably worried about getting blood on your stash.
Very funny!
Thank you, Max. I don't know what I would do without my sister.
Spend even more time doing something useful. You know she works in the favela. She's the good sister.
15-minute autoscrollers.
What did you hear, Baba? More bodies turned up, more people went missing. It's horrifying.
What game has a 15-minute autoscroller?
Hey.
I'm just kidding, but it is a cold town, man. Hey! Here we are! Saúde!
Good luck.
I love this place.
Oh yeah, you mean the shoot 'em up section.
I love this view. It's a real chill place to hang, you know? Do a little business, have some
Yeah, I
fun.
guess it is mostly an auto-scroller.
Far too hard. Like a whore during Fleechy Weeky, as my roommate used to say. You like that, Max?
That's pretty funny.
Oh, look, it's Alfonso's little Oi!
Yeah, someone just has to find a memory corruption in the game that unlocks the post-game features early. And then you just go to use the level select to go to the final boss.
Marcelo, I think I might have an interesting investment for your brother.
Well, call him up, homie.
I haven't seen him for a while. Last week was Fashion Week. My God.
I hadn't seen it coming, but that was no surprise. It's hard to keep your eye on the ball through the bottom of a glass. The doors had been changed.
What? Yeah, seems so.
Son of a bitch.
Come on. Well. There go all my bullets.
Chega! Que porra você tá fazendo?
Yeah, that was some pretty terrible shooting.
They were headed for the helicopter pad. I had to get to the roof before Giovanna and Fabiana left on a one-way flight. I knew this was going to be a bad idea, but in the continued absence of any good ones, I decided to go with it. Good for you. I guess my time in Sao Paulo wasn't what the paid holiday.
Yeah, it seems like it would be pretty tricky.
Come on, get him over!
Why is it ever since I started paying for protection, I feel a whole lot less protected?
You really want to talk about this now?
Nice. Got the fast kill. Nice. Second fast kill.
Eu não disse que eu ia te pegar. Tu foi fácil demais.
Do something! Hit it inside, passes!
This chapter is going well so far, aside the sloppy shooting at the start. But now we'll see whether it all breaks apart
Either way, I needed to find Giovanna
when I
before
attempt to
you
do the life-defying sequence break. Ouch. Oh, look at that. Even got the sequence break.
place was a mess. Where the hell was Passos? We were too...
Giovanna!
Nice.
Max, over here. What's happening? Where were you?
Are you all right?
What do I look all right?
Don't worry, we're gonna get you out of here.
Passos, where is he?
Sem fazer.
Is he okay?
We're gonna make a quick detour. He's fine. He's right there.
Oh my God, it's Raul.
Gun.
Put the gun down. Put down your gun.
Seems like I wasn't the only guy around here who had taken his eye off the ball.
You okay?
My weakness was the
bag. Show me it's
drink.
full of money.
Passos was the sister. Things were turning pretty ugly in this town. The boss's girl was gone, and part of me wished I was too.
Now I need to quit the story and use chapter select to go restart future data. Because I need it for a fairly big skip.
Apparently someone up in the nosebleeds didn't like the game we were playing. The money was gone, and I was next if I didn't get off that field. The bullets came from long...
Here we go.
Apparently someone up in the nosebleeds didn't like the game we were playing. The money was gone, and I was next if I didn't get off that field. The bullets came from long range. They were well-armed professionals, and I was
bumped
starting to
into that
feel
random guy.
decidedly amateur.
Massive time loss.
You okay?
Yeah.
All right, let's go. There's got to be a first aid kit around here somewhere.
Yeah, Max Payne
I've
3
been
has a
shot
few
more
of these
times than I could remember.
walking simulator
It felt
sections.
different. Maybe fate was sending me a
There's
message,
one in chapter 3
trying to tell
beginning.
me my luck was finally about to run out.
Basically,
Or
chapter
maybe I
6
just
finale
severed
is
an
also-
artery and was bleeding out like any number of fools who got
Could
shot
also be
playing
thought
with
of
guns.
as an
Either way,
autoscroller or
I
walking
was
simulator,
failing
kind of.
fast.
Max's skills are very limited. Chapter 7 start. It's all just a long autoscroller. I mean walking simulator. Yeah, those terms are becoming
At least
interchangeable
one
pretty
of us had a
quickly
gun now. That raised
In
our
my-
chances of survival all the way from nil
in my
to
head
slim.
because it was a topic not too long ago.
Move it, man, move it.
The guy
So
with
yeah,
the
walking
bag
simulator
on his head is
was the
bleeding
term
all
I
over the
was
place.
looking for.
He's not the only one. Come on. I think he went this way.
So this was it. My easy retirement money. My blood-stained 401k. A chance to drink for free while chaperoning socialites around town and making sure the poor people didn't get too close. The brochure sure didn't mention any of this shit.
There's an optimization that can be done right at the start of the next future data. Never really practiced it though. But you basically just shoot Passos.
Looks like I missed all the fun.
Like that.
See there, Grandpa. Come on.
Well, it was pretty easy.
Come on. Getting flashbacks. That wedding we worked in Aruba.
Good old days when I actually liked this job.
Come on.
My friend. That's blasphemy in this town. Okay,
What
bro.
am I, the button pusher? Never better. Whose idea was this anyway?
Good at. Yeah, I won.
Good job.
Yeah, the bad part about playing when you're tired means that the shooting will be a little bit inconsistent.
I guess I must have skipped that class. Here we go. Okay, come on.
I can get the glitches right pretty consistently, but shooting,
All right, be a pussy.
How's he going? So what now?
We make sure that the right clowns get the money.
Heads up. Here comes
I
Fred.
think that was it.
Gate crash on a little wine and cheese party.
Our father brother be anyway.
Anyone with access to high-powered sniper rifles, trained killers.
That's pretty much everyone.
Something tells me we're heading in the right direction.
Well, I guess we
Son of a bitch.
Make sure they know we did not try to trick them otherwise. Fabiana?
Forward to getting out
it also seems I need some ammunition quickly.
Caralho, mano, não faço ideia, foi uma cilada, cara. Nós precisamos sair daqui, vamos vazar, vamos, vamos! Onde é a saída?
It didn't sound like we were the only ones getting shot at. Who the hell had tipped these guys off? I didn't know what to think anymore. This town had more smoke and mirrors than a strip club locker room.
I should probably get a rifle or something before doing the next future data.
Max, come here!
Maybe to be giving him his last rites, don't you?
This blackjack. This is high-end gear. These guys are seriously financed.
Now I don't run the risk of running out of ammo that quickly.
Money, but I knew what would happen.
Hopefully.
The wrong people got
There's
paid.
no time. Gotta stay on the guy with the bag.
I might have written a book on dumb ideas, but Passos
Hey, Daniel.
wasn't afraid to quote from it.
Well, the run seems to be going pretty alright.
It was time to introduce
Some
our
sloppy
special
shooting,
pal to some
but I've
more
gotten all the glitches.
short range.
Look, I'll deal with the guys on the other side of the fence. You take the others.
Whatever you say.
Moving. I'll handle the rest of them.
All right, I'm inside. Looks like a VIP lounge or something. I'm gonna check it out.
Consistent way to buffer future data. Nice.
Ele tá aqui!
Looks like some kind of maintenance elevator.
Where you headed?
I'm going up.
Hey, look out! You got another sniper on you!
Alright.
Let's go!
I made it.
How's it looking, Max? Jesus, take
It's all
them
clear
out,
up
Max!
here.
Now take out the
About
other
the kid with the
group.
money.
Here's one more of them.
Must be still this
Hang on.
What's happening, Passos?
Gang up ahead of my way. I'm almost out of ammo, bro.
Up to the boat. There's another one.
Try to clear
Well,
this
it's a good
space.
thing you have a system. Something like that is worth looking into.
The top of the stairs.
Back in, bro.
On the other side of the fence. Put it down,
What?
Max.
You're kidding me.
There's three more. In front of me, Max. Still got one on me. Behind me, Max. Quick, Max. Another one. Bottom of the stairs. All right. I'm making a run for it.
Alright. Now for your entertainment.
Time before any more show up.
A 3-minute cutscene.
I'm clear, Max. Damn, bro. That wasn't fun.
Listen to me.
The
you
console
head for the
version
chopper. We need to
has
be ready to get the hell out of here.
some weird
Guess I'll
pause
stay on the
buffering tactics.
Like a plan.
Bit late for a plan, pal.
So, at a quick glance, your description kinda reminds me of them, but it's probably a different thing.
All right, bro. I'm moving too. Stay in touch.
Place was like Fort Knox.
Hey, Passos. Passos. I've got you on the security camera. Where are you?
I don't know. Somewhere in this goddamn stadium. Jesus.
What's going on there?
I think the guys that came to rob us are coming to finish the job.
Remind me again, who are these fine gentlemen?
Some kind of paramilitaries, I don't know.
Paramilitaries?
Right-wing guns for hire, ex-cops, military, I don't know. They can handle weapons.
What's going on now?
Guy's pleading for his life. He's saying that Fabiana is being held at the docks of the Chete River. Jesus, they've shot him.
Well, there goes the money. Now we've lost the wife and $3 million. The boss will be giving us a raise at this rate.
Yeah, that's messed up, all right. Come on. We gotta get out of this place. Take care of that guy in the IT tower. I'll meet you at the chopper.
I'm gonna make a run for the light rig. I had a hole in my second favorite drinking arm, and the only way we were likely to get Fabiana back
All right,
was
now
in
I'm back.
installments. Whoever our uninvited guests were, I was about done playing a soldier.
Come on. Damn it, he still lived.
Okay, I'm going up.
Good. Make it quick.
Believe me, I ain't gonna drag this out.
half-destroyed.
It's
South
imperative
Alabama's
I don't get any more damage
Looking back, it
during
was
this
strange
chapter.
The cops never showed up, but things had a habit of only making sense to me. Looking back, long after I'd run out of time to fix them.
Good.
I see you. You're right on top of him. Jump the railing.
So, Daniel, it's a pity that you have those technical issues. It would be nice to see more runners.
At least we know where she is. Yeah, fantastic. Another
Oh yeah, forgot the split.
For New Jersey.
So that was a late split. I'm still maybe 4 seconds ahead.
I don't know why I did it.
Hey, sweetie.
I know you brought the fucking army down here.
You're alone on that one. I'm still hoping I won't remember this tomorrow.
Stopped. I told you to stop. We're fine. Fuck, it's a fucking cop!
I thought about saying the cops, but this was no time for bad jokes.
So let's hope this skip works. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6.
Show me that basic gas logic.
God damn it. Well, there goes Pasos ruining the skip.
The bar was right around
I
the
think-
corner from my apartment. It only took a few minutes to get back.
I think the future data here is I think it fails because certain bullet time cameras don't work with it.
I got a pen.
What? Now my guns are glitched because of...
There he was.
God damn
back
it.
in amongst it to help me out of it.
Yeah, that didn't go as planned.
Yeah, okay. I live right around the corner. Let's go this way. Let's go.
The bar was right around the corner from my apartment. It only took a few minutes to get back.
So yeah, I think the future data fails because certain bullet time cameras are not compatible with doing the skip. I think that's the reason. So I got a non-standard bullet time camera, and as a result, the skip failed
Hard seeing Brewer go out.
in a humiliating way.
I got to thinking. It was what he was waiting for.
And as a side
Chance to
effect,
make a
Max couldn't
difference.
reload his weapons either after the reload, costing me even more time.
Up and out. Scramble away from what's left of your life over dead bodies and a few loose roof tiles. If I'd thought things through, I may have sat down and let myself burn right there.
Hey Ragnall.
were wrecks all around, and not the kind you fix up for a weekend project. These were the wrecks you crossed the road to avoid.
Nice.
You don't need to second guess us when they're covering all the angles. Fancy seeing you here.
So yeah, that nice was directed at Ragnall's news that he had beaten the PB.
These chumps have been chopping up cars around the corner from my apartment for the last year. The ex-cop in me clocked it months ago, but the deadbeat in me didn't give a shit.
What? Oh, that wasn't everyone.
I'm fine with the leather. This don't show the blood so much.
Yeah, the future data failed so spectacularly. It was a big time loss, maybe a minute. But the run does not really start until chapter 5. Oh, didn't I have a future data buffered?
Your way around these parts.
That's strange. Well, that's another time loss.
Let's go, amigo.
You like that?
Should be a bit quieter in here.
Yeah, it's nice.
Hope.
She's gotta be there. This is a known Comando Sombra area.
You know, if I'd been doing my job properly, we wouldn't be out here in the middle of nowhere looking for some broad who got pinched on my watch.
That's what we tell ourselves, huh? It's all our fault.
No, I'm serious. By the time they grabbed the girls, I was half cut. I ain't slipping, man.
Yeah, there's a chance this run is pretty doomed.
I'm a bad joke.
Max,
Or maybe that's just pessimism. There is actually quite a lot of time to win all around the run.
Reasons why we became X. Maybe now we can put things right, okay?
So that was it, was it? Say the magic word.
I mean, if my record is 236 and you could easily get sub 230, well, not easily,
So long I'd forgotten what year it was.
but the run basically
What's
has
your daydreaming?
theoretically around 6 minutes
It's over there.
of
Cut the
mistakes.
engine. Glide in.
I think this run could still be at sub 235.
Here I was, some hopped-up gringo a long way from home, making trouble the only way I knew. As the weather worsened, I caught a glimpse of the rusted shells of previous lives that had been lived out here in this swampy shithole, and I wondered if I would end up the same way.
Or what would happen to that girl I was supposed to protect?
So yeah, here is the infamous Chapter 5 sky jump. I practiced a little bit earlier today.
Peguei o cepo e tua parte de merda. Deus do céu, mano, você está bem, mano?
So far, I'd managed to keep a low profile. A bit out of character for a guy who's only comfortable with a bottle of whiskey or a gun in his hand.
Well, that worked. I wonder if that would be a tactic that would help making it more consistent. Wait for the other guy. Just shoot the other guy once and wait for him to fall off the car. And then you can shoot him right at the correct position. That would actually eliminate some RNG if it worked consistently. I think I gained some time here. That was generally what? Got stuck in the level geometry. That was a good sky jump. First try. And now I gotta quit and continue to load things properly up ahead in the level. Yeah, quit and continue is necessary, just a retry doesn't cut it. I have quite a lot of painkillers, just gonna eat the damage. That also means that you can't use the Chapter 5 sky jump in time trial runs, because continue is absolutely necessary. Yeah, this game does have some pretty good music. Hey Whitman.
Max? Max? You alright? What's going on? Where's Fabiana?
They took her in a boat. That way. Straight ahead.
Okay, don't worry. Hang on.
Boy, did I need to hang on. The whole operation was slipping out of our grip. I was an overconfident chump who'd gone into the jungle alone.
Shit, more company!
How's she look, man? Fabiana's
Beat up, broken, a lot. I don't know what to say.
Dan!
Well, I haven't paid a lot of attention to the new God of War. I think I've mellowed out a bit regarding it. I don't really hate it as much any longer.
That boat is blocking us from the one we need. I can't get a shot on Fabiana's.
Fuck!
Keep after them.
But yeah, it remains to be seen when, if ever, I will actually continue playing the new God of War. I don't have a big urge to do so at the moment though.
We need to get past that decoy boat.
Zeus armor, so what does it actually do? It's an armor. Does it buff your attack so much that it kills the Valkyrie so quickly?
We ain't gonna be able to take much more of this! Come on!
Oh, I see.
Over there, man, over there! I'm on it!
So that should actually make New Game Plus runs quite a bit faster if you can buff your attack in such a manner.
Fucking asshole! I can't concentrate with bullets whizzing past my head!
Well, sadly the skippable cutscenes only affect the actual... Come on.
Shit, look out for him!
Yeah, it only affects actual cutscenes, which isn't more than 1/3 of all the downtime in the game, or half, or something like that. There are still plenty of cutscenes and other slow stuff that just can't be skipped. So that's a bit of a shame. No, it isn't more than 2 hours.
Hey, that's them!
Theoretically, the unpatched version could still be faster compared to having skippable cutscenes. If you could find 2 hours of sequence breaks using the old glitches, which I can't say for certain if it's possible or not. I never finished testing the glitches.
They got an armada out here.
Max, get on this! I know! Shit!
Brazilian tourist office should get a load of this.
Man, they know all about it. Chose a different campaign.
We're nearly there, pal. The place was crawling. How many guys they got?
How many poor kids want nice sneakers? It ain't hard to hire. Hey, we're on him again.
See Fabian?
Move up, Marco. All right. I'll get us a little closer.
Who's in?
Come on, just give me a second.
We're not coming this close, so let her go.
I'm afraid this shit's gonna come down to more than willpower. Give me next.
The boat health is at that pretty low. Fortunately, I didn't blow up. That can sometimes happen. And there we go.
We ever had much of a chance? No one told us they had an entire goddamn army.
I don't think...
That was a bit of a late split.
I heard that. Down behind the desk.
I think I did actually gain a little bit of time there. Not much though.
Down behind the desk. Now, both of you.
Si stava aí.
O que a senhora acha? Claro que sim. E o senhor vem comprar.
You fucking paraphiles! I'm sorry, sir. We risked our lives several times over trying to save... I know.
The real security guards had been run off, paid off, or bumped off. That left us.
This code
It
should
wasn't
get
a
us into the
fantastically comforting thought.
Oh shit! Here!
Are we dead?
I might want to pick up another one of those automatic weapons.
It's through here.
The server room is just past those cubicles.
Come on. The scenery got in the way. This isn't a good position though. Damn it. Yeah, I should have run to the other direction. Bad guys were there all along.
Come on, move. You gonna be able to fix this or what?
That room is pretty inconsistent for me. Earlier today I got when I practiced, I got a really good run in that room by running to the right instead of left.
Whatever you're doing, do it quick. I'm gonna make a sweep of the building and then get back to Rodrigo's. The security system was back online. Things might be a little tougher for our fan.
Bronco's office overlooked the atrium. I could check in and make sure he hadn't checked out.
Max!
There it went. He was tucked up safe. Now I needed to make it to the lobby to complete my sweep of the building, for what that was worth.
And now for my secret weapon. The second weapon I had holstered until this point. The only bad part was I started running the direction which was
Like we'd seen the worst of it.
which
The
took me
elevator
further
would take
away
me
from
back
the
up to
trigger.
Rodrigo's office where we could
So that's
wait the rest of it out.
that was a little suboptimal.
I didn't know what the hell I was gonna find up there, but I sensed it wasn't gonna be a stripper bursting out of a cake.
Senor Branco! Senor Branco!
This next Batman comic I have is from 1991.
He hasn't made a sound.
Rodrigo,
The cover
Max, open up. Can you hear
makes
me?
the bold question: could Joker still be alive?
I'm gonna try to get in there from the roof. You find the security guard and get the hell out of here.
Yes.
I knew there was another way in upstairs for the helipad. The little luxury runaround that kept the rich looking down on the poor literally as well as metaphorically.
Yeah, I suppose if you get a Batman comic that features the Joker on the cover,
Rodrigo?
the tagline "Could Joker be alive?" is a little bit redundant. It would be quite of a disappointment to the reader if they bought a comic like that and then Batman just says, "Oh, I guess the Joker died," and then all the comics were about different subjects.
Dead. Clean, one shot, a professional job. I began to look for clues. I couldn't get playback on one of the cameras and it looked like the disc was missing. Someone in this building was trying to keep things low-key. But then why had everyone else come driving through the goddamn wall? Fabiana. Even if the man who employed me was dead, his wife was still out there. Maybe she could be saved. Maybe some good would... Picking the photo from the broken fragments, something caught my eye. Figures. Only blind luck it meant the blast wasn't fatal. If I'd been out for any longer, the smoke would have gotten me.
I think I have a future data buffered,
Perfect. If I wasn't immolated, I was
so
gonna get
I'll just
crushed
play
to death.
things normally.
Look at me. I've been contracted to protect two people. One was being held in some hole. The other was sitting at his desk with a bullet in his head. And the company that had its logo on my paycheck was melting on top of my head.
I get some glitched lighting in this part. Up
There's
in the
no
next
way
fight I'm
Bob
having
could've
a
done all
big
this
difficulty
unless
seeing
place was
the
made of
enemies.
Gasoline. This whole joint must have
I'm
been
not sure
lit.
if it's the result of having lighting and most other settings on the lowest possible.
The kid hadn't made it. Fuck. I had to make this corpse-looting coward pay. Getting his gun was more than just expediency.
Hey Speed Marty, and thanks for the luck. Ouch, look at that glare. Perhaps it was the pent-up energy of the explosion.
Rodrigo or not, Fabricas Bronco is falling apart quite literally. Despite his manners, I'd done him a favor.
Porra! Porra, mais forte, sem
as a side effect of that previous future data, I don't have a HUD at the moment. So you have to aim at the bad guys without reticle. I think I got a game over here in my previous run, so I probably win a bit of time. Probably.
So much for a lazy Sunday afternoon. My next trick would be a high wire act with a fiery pit for a safety net. It was nice that no one was shooting at me for a change, but I'd take shot in the head over a slow roast on a spit any day of the goddamn week.
Alright, and then it's up to chapter 7.
Max? Max, you're alive?
Of course I'm
I can't
alive.
believe that was a goal split.
We did not know this. We are lost, Max. Our brother was everything to us.
Yeah, here's a pretty long cutscene. For the next 7 minutes,
Rodrigo was a good man.
we get to enjoy Max's vacation.
What happened, Max?
I don't know. Some guys from the Crush of Prado came into the building downstairs, so while me and the security guard were dealing with them, an assassin must have come in and executed your brother. At least that's how I think it happened.
No, you killed him, Poha. You killed my brother.
What are you talking about? I understand you're upset, but please, why the hell would I do that?
To get his money, to take his money.
How am I getting his money, Marcelo? Please, think. I worked my ass off for your family. I saved your life twice, or more. And right now I'm going to get Fabiana.
Where is she? Where is Fabiana, eh?
She's in a place called Nova Esperanza.
How do you know this, Max?
One of the Crotch of Prado told me just before he died.
Please, bring our sister-in-law back to us, Max. Our family is being torn apart.
Yeah, I'm not using the short
So I guess I
cutscene,
was
short
finally
intro.
about to go and experience the other side of Sao Paulo.
My original
firsthand.
plan was to
Bit
get this up to
tried to
35,
The unpleasant memory they try to obliterate.
and
with
I want to reach the
cocktails and
goal
helicopters and parties and lines of blood,
without
like rich fools the world over.
the extra
I was
time
a bit
save.
off the sauce for the first time in years and knew I was due a hangover sent direct from Mother Nature.
I mean, it still doesn't sit completely right with me. An obviously broken video file from a wrong patch. I don't know, things are so much simpler on a console. Other runners can use it if they want, but I probably
I
won't.
had no idea where the hell I was gonna go, so I decided to head straight for the street party that seemed to be raging. Either that or some other fool had gotten there before me and now was being ritually sacrificed. I've had better ideas, but then I've also had worse ones, like accepting this job in the first place.
The reason I think it's a broken file is because the cutscene doesn't make any sense like that. It cuts off without really making its point.
Need to know if you ever seen this girl, Fabiana. Come here for a second. Look at her.
I know lots of girls. Sexy. Come on, come on. This way.
Where you going? Wait a minute. Down there?
Isso.
Jesus.
It's really weird how one of the patches contain a file like that. Even the unpatched console version has the full version of the intro.
The way I see it, there's two types of people. Those who spend their lives trying to build a future, and those who spend their lives trying to rebuild the past. For too long, I've been stuck in between. hidden in the dark. What was I really doing walking in there with my bad haircut and ridiculous shirt? Was I there to make something right? Or was I just using a messed up situation to indulge myself, grasping at some desperate delusion of control? Maybe the two went hand in hand more than I cared to admit.
A gente não tá no zoológico, ô turista de merda! Fala-me, gringo, I show you!
Ô papai, eu vim devolver o seu sorriso favela, hein? Leve e solta pra cantar. Nunca esquecer como sua paz é. Vamos começar. Vai força,
I had stumbled into some kind
So
of
I think
street
this
fight.
run can still be
This was the kind
sub
of reality
235.
Americans paid top dollar to see. Slums had become tourist attractions, places where yuppies could gawk at the endless spirit of the poor from the inside of their bulletproof buses. I felt dumb and exposed. I missed the booze. Not that it mattered, sober or drunk, I was hardly under
Yeah.
cover. I stood out in this place like a streetwalker in a monastery.
If the rest of the run doesn't have huge mistakes, it will probably be sub 235. The current record has some insanely big time losses. I recall the chapter 14 skip didn't work, resulting in a minute plus time loss. I think chapter 9 also featured a huge time loss. Not sure about chapter 7.
Disculpa, amigo, por favor.
This chapter features another somewhat tricky sequence break. I usually don't get it the first try. I think the record also doesn't get it the first try, so that's a time-saving opportunity.
Da puta! Valeu, mano. Bem-vindo à favela Nova Esperança. Agora não, fora daqui!
All things considered, I was gonna have to look on this as a good outcome. I was deep in gang territory. These kids were raised hating clowns like me. Middle-income ass-kickers who protected the rich by shooting kids like them. First day off the sauce, and somehow I'd still ended up in the gutter.
Eu não sei o que vamos fazer.
Vamos lá. Vai. Epa! Aí, boa. Joga. Aí, toca pra
If there was one thing I'd learned since I'd been here, it was that Brazilians came out of the womb kicking a ball. And for kids like these, was their one legal chance at a ticket out of here.
Vai lá, mostra pra ele. Se escolhe.
Desculpa, olá. Fala inglês. I'm a little lost. Perdido? Onde és tu?
Tá no lugar errado, rapá.
No comprende. I need a phone, a telephone.
Bora.
Publico.
A gente não é centro de informação turística, não.
Well, they weren't gonna help me. And who could blame them? I was
The
a dumb
optimal
American
shootout
in a
way.
place where dumb Americans were less
Do you mean
popular than the
shooting the
crowd. If I was gonna find my way out
shooting
of
the
this mess,
bartender
I was
during
on
the
my
slow
own.
motion?
I hoped this classy-looking establishment would have a phone so I could call Passos. Either that or a gun so I could shoot myself and save these kids the bother.
Hey, that telephone?
Telefone, vai lá no fundo, ó. Segue em frente.
When you're stuck in a foreign country and you don't know the words for reverse charges, and you're in some lonely skin joint in the middle of some poor slum, having just had every last cent robbed from you, and you call yourself a bodyguard, then you know you're a loser.
Hey, Matt. Can I buy you a beer?
Do I know you?
I don't think so.
Look, if you're gonna shoot me, to make it quick, I'm a little busy.
If I was going to shoot you, I wouldn't waste a beer.
Wait, come on. I'm trying to dry out a bit, so just a soda, please.
Sure. Why don't you go sit down? Guaraná pra ele, chopp pra mim. Bem gelado.
Well, I'll give it a try.
Interesting haircut, by the way. Meant to tell you that.
I was walking into another not-so-welcome party. These hoods didn't look like Commando Sombra. Not that I was gonna get picky.
Yeah, it does make things a bit easier.
And I just shot up their favorite skin joint.
I think I saw C. Jacobs use it, so it wasn't a completely new concept.
Fireworks display.
Yeah, I don't think I used it in runs before this.
Roll out the red carpet for their surprise guest.
Damn, no painkillers.
I could hear a woman screaming. I thought I'd found Fabiana, but instead I'd stumbled across her.
Having no painkillers makes this next part a little trickier and riskier. But as soon as I get on top of the hut, I hit the checkpoint, so even if I get killed, I don't lose all that much time. First try, but pretty out of health. What? Oh, didn't I get future data? Fine. Well, that was a time save if I can just now manage to survive the challenges ahead.
There was no need to announce my arrival in that part.
I guess I should retry from checkpoint at this next opportunity.
Esse otário aqui 3 vezes aí, até agora nada. Vai tomando seu cu, rapaz. Vai buscar cerveja sempre. Que porra que estão fazendo lá embaixo? Sei lá, os malandros. Ele tá aqui, caralho! Acorda! Vai! Ele tá aqui, caralho! Acorda! Vai!
Actually, that didn't even cost me any time. Max is warped ahead in the level when you retry. Uh-oh. Did I skip some trigger or something? What the hell was that? Yeah, that was some weird loading problem. What am I doing? This whole run is just collapsing in on itself. So yeah, normally I would hit a new checkpoint when I go through the door. Like this. But just a moment ago I didn't get a new checkpoint and new enemies didn't spawn either. So that was a completely random bug which screwed me over. Another minute time loss, I would imagine.
Security, it had to be Serrano's pad. Since I was in the neighborhood, I figured he wouldn't mind if I dropped an infected person for his hospitality. It wasn't like he wasn't expecting.
What? God damn it. Because of using future data, Max can't use painkillers, so I see. So it's a thing of importance to you regarding which direction Max is aiming from, or where the camera is. I've never even thought about it, so I just play with.
As I approached the spot,
I just play the game whichever it happens to be.
Then I saw that
right shoulder or left shoulder.
A suitcase full of money, along with Fabiano's sister Giovanna. I only understood a little, but things were not going well. I wasn't expecting quite so many armed goons, but there was no backing out now.
I only understood a little, but things were not going well. Yeah, you can say the same thing about the run itself.
I didn't think he was about to tell me I'd won the lottery. All of a sudden, I didn't need that time by myself. Passos was down the hill and I had to catch up to him.
I guess I should go on for practice.
I knew I shouldn't have gone there.
Yeah, I see.
Passos might have to pay the price for my sentimentality.
Sorry, I just had to say goodbye. You okay?
I will be once we get out of here. I get the feeling those weren't the only guys DeMarco sent after.
Got that feeling too.
I mean, I think this run could still be a record, but if it was, it would be a pretty embarrassing one.
That's why I was here.
There he is! The money's mine!
What with all the mistakes. And well, I guess I shouldn't blame myself for the time loss in the previous chapter. I did all the glitches and basically it was completely random bug, which caused my downfall.
Got the energy for an encore? Let's move! Hey, come on. Hey, wake up. Let's go. Let's get him!
I guess you could save a little bit of time there if you shot Passos quickly before he escaped. That would make continuing faster.
Passos had put some distance between himself and the goons. I meant to follow.
Be cool, okay?
Jump should be. Give me cover! Hey man, you all right?
Max, man! I own
What? I haven't done score attack practice. I barely even played Max Payne 3 recently. I was kind of preoccupied with some console stuff. So I figured I would it's best for me to try to do a run every now and then before I completely forget how to play this game.
Can you move up on him?
That's anyone's guess.
What? I've heard it's faster to do this part by running to the left. I've never tried it myself though.
We'd come in here to hide, not very successfully as things turned out.
Freeze!
As opposed to what? Disco dance?
Shut the fuck up, half-caste. Turn around. Turn around. Move. Move!
Hold it! That way, fucking jokers. Move!
Where are we going?
Hey, take it easy.
You killed my son. You killed my fucking son. My boy. My only son.
Your body ain't gonna bury itself. Dig, motherfucker!
morgue. How appropriate.
The glitched HUD is really annoying, especially in this level, where I sometimes have run out of bullets because of not seeing anything in the lower right corner.
Hey, psst, this way.
Careless shooting and not actually seeing my bullet count. That's a bad combination.
You go first.
All right, gentlemen, thank you.
This place looks about as good as any to make a stand.
At least the coroner won't have to go far to go.
Can't move here, Max! You gotta get out there and take him out! Coming at me! Hey, find that phone. Make a call.
Wow, gold splits. Maybe this run has some hope yet. Damn it, I'm losing my voice.
Call somebody, get a little help, and we'll get out of here. Hey, it's me. Look, we really need to get out of New Jersey.
Well, I figured that I was pretty much swimming in painkillers, so I could afford to take some damage.
Here I was again, halfway down the world, and still looking
Hey,
at the bodies
A-Fox.
of women I was supposed to protect. Only difference now is, I didn't understand the language.
Vai pra lá. Tranquilo, pode ficar tranquilo. Fica nessa parede, seu americano de merda.
Thanks for the luck.
Que porra tá acontecendo aqui? Que merda tá acontecendo aqui?
Haven't you figured out? I don't speak
I don't think it's too late for this run.
Seu gringo de merda, cala a boca, seu gringo.
That's right, I may be a moron. But here's the
I might even end up positive. Might even gain the 2 minutes in this chapter. Well, I don't really need a rifle in this chapter. I need painkillers. I haven't really found a good spot where you can get painkillers without losing time.
And that awful nightclub, the stadium, the docks. I've been given enough chances to make this right, and again I'd blown it. Perhaps this was my punishment from the fates. Keep reliving the same mistakes for all eternity.
There we go.
The place was swarming with cops. They weren't there for me, as far as I could tell. And I'd blundered my way into enough clusterfucks.
But the painkillers, they're so tasty.
These fools could buy me some time. I might have a chance to get to Marcello and Giovanna before somebody put a bullet in their heads too. Giovanna and Marcello were still alive, but I didn't hold out much hope they'd stay that way for long. I'd already lost the ransom money, got the hospital.
Come on. Getting tangled up on those ragdoll soldiers. I think that's a pretty useful future data. It doesn't save a lot of time, but it allows me to skip one encounter with enemies, which on the other hand helps me preserve that single painkiller that I got.
I was still alive, and still not all that happy about it. Why did the easy way out never come? Maybe I thought I didn't deserve it.
Você tá me tirando, porra? Fala alguma coisa, seu filho da puta! Eu tenho algo!
Jesus Christ, these bastards.
Gotta get that
were playing
future
games.
data here.
Pega, porra! No chão!
I couldn't make much sense of what I was seeing, but I had the feeling it wasn't that strange for anyone else. I had no option but to take the scenic route. These charmers weren't there to make a couple of arrests. They were bussing them out by the dozen. But who was I to cast judgment on proper police procedure and justifiable use of force?
Essa puta aqui! Traz essa puta aí!
Yeah, overall this is a pretty fast and relatively easy chapter. It doesn't really have all that much combat. Alright, now I got go restart future data. I think in the previous run I failed using future data in an optimal way in the next checkpoint. There's a certain timing that you can use. Well, let's hope I get it this time. Yes. Nice. So yeah, it's 100% consistent to wait for Max to get killed before using future data. But it's faster to use it right before the third prompt. It does have, however, have a slight chance of failure if your timing is wrong. And yeah, I got all the time back that I lost. So world record pace.
Yeah. I can't do this.
one good part about this future data is that Max's position doesn't matter after the fight, so you don't have to think about that while fighting.
What the hell were Giovanna and Marcello thinking going in?
You just have to defeat the enemies and then Max is teleported.
I guess their plan was no more idiotic than mine, and I couldn't really fault them for losing faith in the Broncos security detail.
Just check this. We didn't get out of the open.
A barely recovering alcoholic and an unarmed pregnant woman. We were hardly a SEAL team. I put our life expectancy at 5 minutes.
Tá lá, menina! Vem!
I can't hold on!
Well, not too shabby.
Are you okay?
I think so. There must be a way to drop those stairs down.
Wait a second. I'm going to try something.
Yeah, I noticed Max. Yeah. I don't think he has really dialogue per se, he just swears.
Get the hell away from here. Go on, it's okay. I'm right behind you.
Well, at least that's my experience.
There's someone down there.
Alright.
Why are they doing this, Max? This is so fucked up!
Our day had started with us hiding in filth, and got progressively worse. My luck was running true to form. Or rather, I was running true to form.
Let's see.
Max! You're the one breaking in.
I'm here. It's okay.
Everything's going to plan.
I can't control this thing!
You drove the bus before?
Oh my god!
Ever shot a
No!
It's drive or shoot, sister. Right now, I reckon I'll be better to shoot. Alright, now listen. I'll give you the word. I want you to slam it into gear, full on the gas. Drive us the hell out of here.
What?
Just drive the fucking thing straight and keep on going. Relax. You can do this. Ready? Go. You're doing fine. Just try to stay calm.
I've heard that you can speed this part up by killing all the enemies before reaching the end of the road. But I think this also requires for you to have killed all the enemies in the previous parts as well, which is impossible due to the future data. Yeah, I like how there's no dialogue during this part because of all the glitching. Max and Giovanna just sit in awkward silence.
Giovanna. We're okay. We're okay. You good?
Yes.
This handy piece of driving. We gotta get out of here. Quick. Son of a bitch. Quick. Come on. Giovanna, go. I need you to get up to the roof of this building and get the Passos. Tell them to wait for me. Now go.
Well, I'm not sure how to do it right. I just aim at the bad guys. I don't really have a plan for this next part. Well, I gave it my best.
I was just about to run to the roof when my savior and friend, the man whose unborn child I had just killed for, decided to leave without me.
If I don't do any major mistakes and also get the chapter 14 skip instead of failing it like the last time, this will definitely be sub 235.
I can't believe that bastard just flew off on me. After everything we've been through, I saved his girlfriend's life.
Who? Raul Passos?
Yeah, Raul Passos.
Yeah, I know. I thought you guys were very...
Well, one reason I don't really enjoy blowing up the cars in that set piece is because all the smoke reduces the visibility by quite a lot.
I thought the two of you worked for Rodrigo Branco.
Yeah, so...
I think it just makes everything more confusing if the cars explode.
Did. 6 times. Dating back to a few months before you turned up. He even paid for a ticket for him to go to New York.
So in this next Batman comic, Batman goes to the fortune teller to find out where the Joker is.
Maybe he thought you needed a break.
That's funny.
I don't know, maybe he wanted some dumb gringo to come down here to shoot things up and maybe to take the watch for Rodrigo when he got shot.
I don't believe that.
Why? Because you're not a dumb gringo? Or because you are?
You know, I have no fucking clue anymore.
Okay. Let me ask you something.
What?
Well, what is it that you really thought that you were doing down there in Panama? Hmm? And don't tell me you're so naive as to think you were just down there guarding a woman.
I didn't know what to say. I had been so loaded in Panama, I could scarcely remember my own name. I know things that...
I guess Max's problem is that he drinks on the job. A lot of this disaster would have been averted if Max was awake from the start. Shooting the helicopter the bad guys arrived in with his handgun, because that's what he usually does.
The dead guys looked like soldiers in one of those Central American guerrilla armies. Pirates with a manifesto. Psychos with a dream. That sort of bullshit. The fire was sucking oxygen from the room. I didn't care if I got shot the second I got out of there. I needed one more gulp of fresh air before I died. It was like the need for a wake-up whiskey after a 2-day bender. How to shut off the fuel feeds. I shut down one engine, but it didn't make much difference.
I wonder if it would be possible to skip stuff in the last checkpoint of chapter 3 by doing a sky jump up to the rafters.
Now the boat could get back to smelling.
Oh, this is a flashback. Max's story is told out of order.
So this was the famous Panama Canal. We could have gone to the...
¡Puta, aquí no hay nada! ¡Miguel, vení para acá!
Yeah, Max's story is told out of order and it's quite surreal in other respects too. The painkiller technology is very advanced in the world of Max Payne.
There's gotta be a reason why they're going across the canal.
Oh, wait a minute. I probably need to kill that guy, or else I get a game over.
I expected to find on a boat full of drunks and bullshit artists. I'd been the cabaret act.
A good rule of thumb is, if you hear Passos whining in the background, you're probably advancing too fast.
It was nice to see a friendly face in Panama.
Well, let's hope this works. Ugh. No, it was close but no cigar. Isn't that how the saying goes? There we go. What? Oh, damn potted plant, you basically cost me this run.
Jesus Christ.
Well, okay, maybe I exaggerated. It wasn't... It was only a few seconds time loss. Still kind of annoying.
Fuck, man.
He gets everything, the other two not so much.
And now Rodrigo's dead.
Exactly. And Marcelo, too. It's an awful tragedy for Victor, huh? A man running on a law and order ticket, you know, whose brothers have both been killed in such terrible circumstances. A true patriot.
What about Marcelo?
Marcelo was an idiot. Were this true, I certainly don't believe he could possibly have known about it.
I'm
But
pretty
I think
sure I
some
started
other
future
scheme,
dates him,
some other bullshit.
so I
Whatever
probably
that
don't have to
cash
worry
was,
about
Victor
that.
could have talked him into something. I don't know yet.
And Passos?
Well, Passos is a bum ex-cop. Failed in America, failed in Sao Paulo. He was surrounded by more money and more poverty than his tiny little head can handle. You think guys like that can't be bought?
No, but if...
But nothing. He's probably not a bad guy. He's just a man caught in the crossfire of a very rich family.
What about me?
You.
Hey, thanks for the host.
You're
Not
the fall
Creative
guy.
Bush.
The American. Running around, acting like the action hero. Killing lots of people. You're a stroke of genius.
That ain't how it is.
You were an angry ex-cop. You were sitting in a bar with a history of violence and a history of a bad temper. You were perfect.
Me and Passos went to the academy together.
Thanks, Daniel, for
I
the
don't
host.
fucking know.
As well.
Okay, let's take a drive, Max. You want to do some good? Want to get yourself killed in a good cause? Then I need you to check something out for me.
Like what?
That incident at the favela today. Now, some of my officers say a bus drove off some captives.
They did, I saw it.
But no captives were ever booked.
They probably handed them off to the paramilitary death squads, the,
Caixa Preto?
Right.
Who did?
I don't know, the cops. The other cops, the cops who shoot on sight.
The UFE.
Right.
Max, you see that building there?
Imperial Palace Hotel?
Yeah, that's what it says. People go in there in large groups under armed guard, but it isn't a police station.
I don't think any of the
No one
major
comes out of it.
mistakes in this run has actually been
Bust the joint, get a warrant.
directly
Cop
my fault. I failed the future data in chapter
So you
4
keep saying.
because, well, I'm still not sure why it fails. It might be random, or it might be because of the different bullet time camera than usual, which might not be compatible with future data. And then I got that weird loading trigger problem in chapter 7. Yeah, I knew about the grenade launcher.
I wasn't too It was the question I kept on asking myself. How could I have been so blind?
But I haven't I'm not accustomed to using it in tactics, so I'll probably skip it.
I was the stooge. The bad joke everybody got but me. The Imperial Palace Hotel was a 5-star bona fide shithole. We would find out guess we're checking in by the busload and checking out by the bag load.
Yeah, there was one runner, I think it's Hulik, who picks up the grenade launcher in chapter 13. And it definitely looked like it comes in handy during chapter 13. But I haven't really practiced using it there either. What? That was sloppy, to say the least. There is both a grenade and a rocket launcher in chapter 13.
I knew this thing was bigger than me. Bigger than the Broncos, but I only had a glimpse of the whole picture. Like looking in a mirror and for an instant seeing what everyone else sees. A bad caricature of a better man.
Yeah, both of them are found in the large yard
Buffet.
where you shoot the vehicle.
Was getting dirtier by the minute. Those bastards were clearly in bed with the Crush of Prado. Now we just had to find out why. Starting with a bit of bedtime reading for Mr. Da Silva. When you've lived the kind of life I've lived, reality comes at you through a different lens. But nothing could have prepared me for what was on the other side of that door. I had to get those poor bastards out of there.
Get him out of here. Go. Go. Wait. I said get... Serrano.
Serrano. He looked pathetic. A man defeated. I walked away and left him to his own personal nightmare. Whatever hell this was, Da Silva had sent
Yeah,
me into.
Max loses the two-handed weapon after this cutscene. It's kind of bothersome how the game meddles with your inventory so often.
I didn't understand everything, and I never would, but I understood enough. Sometimes a complicated problem is best tackled with a simple solution.
Come on. Why do I get stuck on all this level geometry?
This was hell on earth. De Silva was no fool. I'd have driven on off into the sunset.
Well, I survived for now.
But I was in too
I probably
far
have
now.
to retry from checkpoint sooner or later.
What the fuck is going on here? How much do you want?
I guess Max dropped
What have
the
you been doing?
long weapon to climb up the elevator shaft.
What have you been doing here? It's easy for you. Listen, I know people. They will kill you. I can help you. Trust me. Please, please.
What have you been doing?
I have a lot of money. Look, look. Lots of money. I do important research. Please.
Caralho!
No,
Caralho!
Espera, espera. Eu posso explicar tudo. Tudinho.
Yeah, this chapter has been pretty sloppy so far.
Não, não. Por favor. Pelo amor de Deus. Por favor, não me mata. Não, não. Pelo amor de Deus.
E aí, Totó?
For all Serrano owed me, he'd paid enough. For now, I had bigger debts to call in.
Ouch, Max is in
Even
pain
I could
all the
guess
way
what
up to his
Yellow
neck.
Sal meant. That building was condemned in more ways than one.
Yeah, that was a pretty fast checkpoint where to retry. And I'll pick up the damn painkillers
Can't
also,
unsee something, but you can
just to
dull
be
the
sure.
effect.
And future data. We'll buffer it for later.
I'd seen some dark shit in my time.
Will I be able to cheekily escape the sniper fight? Yes. Thanks Axel Yamato for the host.
That was the last of the explosives. I just hoped it was enough to bring down the building. And all the evil in it.
Yeah, I'm on record pace.
Come on, anybody? Want to be a hero?
At least for now.
Let's do it. See your neck.
What the fuck is the problem, man?
My problem.
Delayed knockback.
You know what my problem is? You're turning humans into glue. That's what my fucking problem is.
I don't know what you're talking about, America. All I know is you got one of us. You bodyguard for the British. They are all dead. You have the poor. Today, many of them dead. You're a proper American hero.
Please.
At least I fucking tried.
So difficult to aim.
Well done. Wonderful. Great. American savior.
That's right.
You think you made any difference? You think stopping this legitimate business venture is helping anyone?
Yeah, I lost a bit of time here. the playing was a little sloppy.
We have the record. Oh, so people can sell their livers, their hearts, their eyeballs? You're insane, you sick fuck.
We kept people safe in the city.
What are you doing
people.
here?
I came back.
Safe.
I can see that.
I know a
Why?
lot of powerful
To save you.
Well, you're powerful people.
Listen,
are gonna help
come
you
with
out
me,
of this
Max,
one, buddy.
to Brazil.
Need a chance to play the ball guy in a plot that my boss's brother's hatching.
Yeah, the bad guy is still having a monologue after being shot.
Perfect for
What are
you.
you talking about? I know nothing about human organs, man. Victor and Marcelo are trying to teach Rodrigo a lesson. Get him to loosen the purse strings and the family money. They pressured me into doing it. You wanna die? I came back for you. I did my best. I'm having a kid, Max. I gotta go.
Fuck you.
Sure. Later. Now, let's go. This thing works.
I didn't expect to lose that much though.
I thought I was going to have to witness another murder.
Nah. Not him.
You ready?
I guess.
Okay. I've looked through this information you gathered. And it's not very nice.
What is it?
It's the Ufe. The famous Mr. Becker.
Friend of Victor Bronco.
Yes. And a contributor to his campaigns. A government employee, of course.
And?
A weapons dealer. A murderer. This was known. A dealer in human organs. This wasn't known.
A proper gentleman.
Sure.
So you're gonna bring him down?
Yes, because I want to lose my wife and my children and then get killed myself. All that after watching him walk free.
Tell me what has to be done.
Well, officially there's nothing I can do.
And unofficially?
Well, we can always try something a little more creative.
Creative? De Silva had promised me a 10 o'clock showcase. I had to make sure I was on stage and ready for my close-up. Diga a Becker. Que vim para ele. Ah!
Ei, olha aqui. Tropa, tropa. Ei, moço. Mano, quem é esse cara aí?
Manda tua conta, rapaz.
Vai fudeu! Meu conta eu quero tomar no cu, pô.
Ela não destuda dela, meu.
Ei, quem é essa cara aí?
Convidado nosso. Quebra esse otário aí.
Deixa comigo, dá uma lição nele.
Então, o pai dela não desiste. Ladrão, filha da puta! Vai atrás de inocentes! Vai ver o que vai acontecer contigo mesmo aqui! Eu não fiz nada! Que você vai se proteger, caralho! Tá pensando o quê? Hã? Onde é que você vem? Fica aí, caralho! Eu? Se fodeu, filha da puta! Otário! Vai, aí, otário! Deixa eu sair daqui, né?
Ô, segura a porta aí!
A Max Payne 3 run with the new route remains pretty unpredictable all the way to the end. There's still that one skip that I failed in chapter 14. And I have no idea why it fails. But we'll see this run, if it works or not. Started future data. Shooting in the body is is better for getting a lot of bullet time.
It sounded like all hell was breaking loose. Whatever
Also, I
nonsense
probably
the
should have
Soviet
picked up
pulled,
a
it seemed to
rifle.
be working.
Well, I'll get a new opportunity.
That kid had the right idea. There was no point bouncing bullets off that thing. I decided I'd try to pick up where he left off.
Alright, say hello to Invulnerable Max.
Regretted that decision.
And there we go, a rifle.
Another dark, rainy night. Another police station. Another futile crusade for amends. Time moves forward. Nothing changes.
Oh, come on.
And of course, they were headed my way. Whatever depressing fate lay on the other side of those doors, there was no point in putting it off any longer.
Well, that was fast. One thing went right at least.
I still didn't. Tear gas. This wasn't good. I needed to find a way out of that stairwell and fast. My eyes and throat burned, but at least I...
Game spent an extra long time loading. For some reason. Oh, that's nice. The cart ride actually heals Max fully for some reason. What? Where's the last guy? Wonder what was up with that.
Another pile of bodies and still nothing to show for it. It felt like I was detaching, that maybe this was revenge for something else. Something buried deep in the past.
Yeah, probably. Max has that effect on people. What? Oh, there was still one guy left. More than one guy. I can't help but feeling that was a bit sloppy.
Becker and Bachmeyer had taken their pound of flesh and sold it on the...
Yeah, it's just pure chaos.
Beleza, rapaziada, bom trabalho. Só tô esperando a confirmação do outro grupo, mas o gringo já deve estar morto.
C. Jacobs is the only person in the world who can beat it consistently. Alright, no more guys in that direction. 2 guys in there. And now to use this tactic stolen from C. Jacobs, who stole it from some other person. What? A shotgun? No, that's definitely not what I need. I need a rifle or some bullets fast.
This is what it is.
All right. Well, I gained a bit of time. I guess my shooting was overall still better than the last time.
Felt like my vacation was coming to an end. Only I wasn't heading home with a sunburn, a bag full of duty-free, and a dose of VD. I was making a bet that would put me in handcuffs or a body bag.
Come on, I need... Damn it. How is it so hard to pick up the rifle?
These were Becker's
Well,
guys. Him and Victor had a private airport to go with their private army and their private jet. The customer restroom. I could get through to the departure gates up ahead.
There were UFE all over the airport, and civilians were being moved out. Looking at it one way, shutting down the...
Come on.
The gate had opened at the other end of the departure lounge.
Well, I could have shoot dodged down, but suddenly I thought, what if the damage kills Max?
Didn't look like there'd be any trams leaving until the power was on.
Would have been unfortunate to get a game over there.
The trams were running again. Maybe they'd take me to my gate. Maybe they'd bring more guys wanting to whack me. Maybe both.
Oh, he was alive. What? No? What? What the hell?
And we were off.
I miscalculated.
Felt like I might be able to recharge for a second. At least until we pulled into the station and met more murderous assholes.
I'm like ridiculously close to death. I should probably go find those painkillers. all of a sudden this is going really badly. So slow. So very, very slow. And no bullet time until now. Because I missed the headshots.
It was perfect. Everyone won.
Yeah, that was a super sloppy fight. One of the sloppiest I've ever had. But up ahead I still have an opportunity to save a minute. As long as I don't die horribly in this fight. And also get the skip. What? He caught me by surprise. The moment of truth.
The tram was slowing down, and I'd only just gotten on board. I had to salvage what I could and see what was waiting for me. This was my stop. Right
it
into
worked.
the heart of it. Becker's gimps were everywhere, so he and Bronco must be close. A smart move would have been sticking with De Silva and going straight to the hangar. But when was I ever about...
So yeah, that was a huge time save. I think in the record I had to quit the game to restart, which is more than a minute time loss. I was out of bullets. Nice.
What are you looking for?
What? Oh, these fake bullet cameras again. Well, anyway.
Here I was, about to execute this poor bastard like some dime store angel of death, and I realized they were correct. I wouldn't know right from wrong if one of them was helping the poor and the other was banging my sister.
Look! There's a whole team of them! Look there! Right! I don't know how much more we can take! We need to get past these guys! Insurance ain't gonna cover this!
Ay! Shit!
That about sums it up.
They set up a roadblock!
The army tank!
down with that plane. Let's get it over with.
There you go. 234.
Wait, Max! No!
It was surprisingly good, considering that I felt pretty tired when starting the stream. And while the shooting was sloppy here and there was some dumb mistakes, I'm happy that most of the weird time loss was actually the game's fault and not mine. Of course, I would be even happier if there wasn't any weird time loss from missing loading triggers or such.
You'll walk with a lift!
But weird bugs, that is the way of Max Payne 3. I still can't say I'm really happy about the run. The time loss is just ridiculous. Like in chapter 7, almost 2.5 minutes in the red. But this run is kind of hard to handle. It has so much RNG. 234. I suppose it's not a bad time in the grander scheme of things. And a new record in any case.
Local justice.